Hey folks, Rick Brown here. Bayou Knives. Let me adjust that camera just a little bit. Today I'm going to show you how to do a traditional Aquafortis finish. Now this was the finish that was traditionally used in the 18th century gun makers when they'd put a maple stock on the Kentucky, Pennsylvania long rifles. This is how they'd stain it, and it was hard to stain maple. Maple is extremely hard wood, and it's hard to get a stain to penetrate it. And they didn't have traditional stains like we have now, so they used this formula, and it has iron filings dissolved in a acid, and it's used in a traditional finish for the gun stocks. But I make these 17th, late 1700s, early 1800s trade knives. This is a pattern after a French trade knife from about 1750 of the French and Indian War. It has a bird's eye maple handles on it, and I'm going to do the traditional finish on it so it can go with be used as a reenactor by a reenactor with his long rifle and his tomahawk and other articles. But I was going to show you. Now I get this from Track of the Wolf. You can get that at trackofthewolf.com, and you do it traditionally. It was done, they would put the finish on and they would heat an iron bar in their forge fire and then hold that bar just like this. They'd hold it, pass it right close, and the heat from the bar would work with react with the iron filings melted in here, and it would cause it to turn the red. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on and since it does have acid in it, I do have goggles on and I got my rubber gloves. And then I'm going to take a heat gun on low and I'm going to heat it. And the first pass or so, it may turn green, and it may not look like nothing that you want on your knife, but just keep applying the finishes. And keep drying it out, and as you see, it's starting to get the red color as it dries. And then you do another coat. Take your heat gun again. And it really starts to pop out. You can make the eyes in the bird's eye really stand out. Let me do the coat on the other side. Now this knife is finished to look like a traditional old colonial era frontier knife, so it would have been made with hand tools, so it's not polished, it's not sanded down real smooth. I stopped with 240 grit paper on the sanding. The steel is out of a sawmill blade to give it the old look, and I'll put a vinegar patina on this edge here and then sharpen it. but I want it to look old. You see how that's popping that red color? That's the iron in it rusting. It's just more or less just rust. And you can put the coats to whatever amount that you want, the color you want, to get the color you like. And once it's set and the color's like you want it, of course you'll want to seal it and put a traditional oil finish on it. And you'll want to oil your metal, because it will rust it. It is an acid, and it is rusting, but it gives you that dark patinaed look to your metal. So you can see how the metal is in there between the handle scales. And after a couple coats, it'll start to kind of bubble. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to take some 4/0 steel wool and rub it all down with that. Now, if you didn't want it to get on the blade, you'd have to tape the blade off. But I don't mind it getting on it, because I'm going to patina the whole blade anyway. Oh, got a phone call. As you can see, it's really starting to make the red come out of it now. And you can do the metal. Let's see it, how it's darkening the metal to get that old look. See, it'll put that patina on it, make it look like an old knife. And with the pitting and stuff from the sawmill blade being made out of the sawmill blade, it really gives it, along with this finish I'm putting on the metal and the handle, it really gives it that old colonial frontier look to it, that handmade old look. I'll put a little vinegar patina on it too, but you can see now, when I seal this and put a little I'll hand rub it with linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, and it'll really have that colonial period look to it. So if you're interested in doing the traditional style finishes, or if you're going to do make a period piece like this, or even if you're going to do a kit gun and put a Frontier muzzleloader together, you may want to do an Aquafortis finish. As I said, you can get it at trackofthewolf.com. You can order it. I think it makes a beautiful finish when I get through and hand rub it and oil it. It'll be a beautiful finish. So this is Rick Brown, Bayou Knives, Crowville, Louisiana. As I always say, have a great day today and a better day tomorrow. Thank you for viewing.